No, you got him? Yeah. Alright. Here we are at the Lucinda Hinchinbrook Point Hotel for the 13th annual Hinchinbrook Fly Fishing Challenge. The red hot favourites are a local team, the Herbert Travellers, and a team combining of Cairns and Darwin called Who's Your Daddy. So we'll see how the weekend pans out and what happens. We're sneaking in the back way here. Yeah, heavy. Yeah, heavy. What up? There's the organisers and fly fisherman extraordinaire Peter Morse. Fantastic crowd we're keeping tonight.
They still catch trout, it's just big and big, it's good too. You go to New Zealand, Tasmania, it's real size trout.
And there's another one of the hot favourites for the comp, Rod Collins and his team. They will be hard to beat. They've got a spot that apparently you can catch all 10 target species, and we'll find out tomorrow. I don't think they can do it.
Hi guys, welcome to the Hinchinbrook Challenge this year. I'd like to, before we actually really begin, I want to actually thank Danny for running it. He's put a huge amount of work into this, and I've got to thank the Cairns guys for what you guys did to set it all up for us over the last few years, and we've just built on what you guys have done. So again, thank you guys for the massive effort you guys have done. I'm the Hinchinbrook Fishing president currently, until I die, I think, because that's what happens in these jobs. Unless you die, no one else does it. So so welcome to the event. Hoping for a really good weekend as far as the weather goes. It's looking really interesting for tomorrow, and Saturday will be really interesting for fly fishing. So we should have a lot of fun out there. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to have a meal. The meal will be about 7:30. We're going to just run through basically, we're going to give out everybody their bags, and the bags will include quite a few items in it. We'll go through those with you as well. You'll have your team shirts in there and a few other items that you'll need for the event. We'll go through all that as the night progresses. We'll be running at Calcutta, and I believe we have Dave and Snelly. Where's Snelly? Oh, he's drinking, beautiful. Have as many beers as you like, boys. And they'll be running the Calcutta, and that'll be going up there as well. So we'll sort of go through everything as we go through the night. Any questions at all about any part of the event, please ask. And we'll lie mostly and tell you where to go as far as fishing goes. That won't be a problem, we can do all that sort of stuff. Just from my behalf, I'm actually going to thank someone particularly for being here, and that's Peter Morse. Thanks, Pete. I know you didn't expect this, so I'm going to get it out. Haven't really been advertising he's coming, and he said he wants to beat everybody, so I guess that puts him... Oh, fuck off. No, he doesn't. Pete's here to have fun with us. But he has offered that he's got some new sage rods and things that he'd like you to have a play with. So if you want to have a play on Sunday morning, we'll probably go up to the park up here. And Peter is a master fly casting instructor, and there'll be a couple of us there to give you other people a hand if you'd like. There's a couple of instructors around as well. And we'll be over there, and people know about tomorrow sometime, tomorrow night, what time and all that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in doing some casting out on Sunday morning before you take off, more than happy, and Peter will be there to give you a hand with that as well. Can I also thank all the sponsors that were involved in helping us put this together. You'll notice that the prizes and that have gone up a little bit this year. We're up around $10,000 for prizes. So a big thank you to all the sponsors. We've been running a slideshow which shows you all the sponsors, and they're also in the book here. And you'll also find the sponsor's name on our club webpage as well. So as we go through, we'll try and put as much up there. But do make sure you do use the sponsors. One of the reasons we got so many is because you know, they're willing to help out, and I know some of the sponsors have already helped out some of the members by giving them discounts and all that sort of stuff as well. So do make sure you have a go with those guys. So thanks very much for that, and I think that's where we're at this point. Yep, okay, we're just going to wait a few minutes and tea will be out at 7:30. That's great that we've got from Chris. So thank you very much, Chris, and his business have donated this for the champion.
This is for Champion Angler. It's going to sit in the pub here, and the winner for each year gets their name on it. So this is what we're playing for.
Yep.
I thank Chris very much for popping it up for us. This is what it is.
Yeah.
All the past winners are on there as well, but there's one actually we're missing, so if anybody knows who it is, that'd be great. To make sure it's real and you're not just playing with your name.
You know what's needed.
It was you? Yeah, I thought it was me, yeah.
So we'll leave it over here for you all have a look at before we hang it up on Saturday.
So going top down, we have the champion angler and runner-up champion angler. And their prize is?
The prizes, the champion angler gets his name on that, which stays down here. He doesn't get to take that home, that stays at the pub. But if you look in the foyer, where the buffets are usually served, there's big pictures of the channel for Stephen Niarkowski. I've got 3 of those prints. One's for champion angler, and they're 1 metre long and 1 foot high. So they're pretty impressive. I didn't bring them tonight because I didn't want to scratch them or damage them, but I'll bring them along on Saturday night, obviously. So there's one of them for champion angler, and there's a TFO fly rod, a reel and a line, and there's a runner-up and a second runner-up for champion angler. Champion team, they get the big trophies and a nice carry-on bag, and there's a runner-up and a second runner-up for the champion team. Estuary, they get similar to this, but the smaller ones that we traditionally get. The estuary, there's a fish mount of a barra, and he gets a fly rod and a reel and a heap of other goodies. The flats, the same thing, fish mount of a little golden, there's a rod and a reel, and the pelagic's got a little fish mount of a queenfish, and he gets a rod and a reel. There's for each of the top 10 species I've got to try and get you to catch, there's a prize for the biggest in each of them. It's just the single biggest fish. And basically that's about it. There's a couple, there'll be a raffle we run, but that's not something I want you to pay for, that's part of your cost. So there's a heap of raffle prizes to hand out on Saturday night.
Okay, so what you're going to hand in tomorrow afternoon.
And there you go, the favourites. Did you check your boat for bananas this morning, Dan? Check your boat for bananas this morning?
I took them out.
Jump in. Yeah, I just pulled up next to his boat. Next to his car.
Dave, what are you doing? Get out of the way, Dave. You haven't got a permit, you can't do that.
What?
Permit, schmermit.
Permit for what?
A permit code.
Oh.
So we're what, going out, we're following the grumpy old men and bear and duck.
Yeah. I don't know where the secret spots are, mate.
No. And the old Herbert Traveller's behind us, and I'm not sure, I think that was Rolly. Yeah, like this. Last time through was the 2-weight. Morning, day 2, following squidlets down to the ramp.
They didn't have a very good day yesterday either.
Which is good to know.
No one did, except for Bloody Dan.
Andy's obsessed with the permit, and Rod just loves his fishing. You try that again, I hadn't pressed record.
It's a bit like our day's fishing. I didn't push the fishing button.
Good, mate. Slaying them? How'd you go yesterday?
Sorry?
How'd you go yesterday?
A lot of rubbish. We got one decent valley.
Yeah.
Jason Barry.
Yeah, I couldn't even get a fish yesterday.
Oh, okay.
My turn for that this morning.
Raised anything this morning?
We've got a couple of barrows up the river.
Oh, good on you. We're about to head up that way, Dad.
Yeah.